right, and we are live. Hello, everybody. What's going on? Tis I, the Caretographer. Let's get my stream manager up. How's everybody doing? Gonna be going back to our Isengard build today. Just like need like 2 more inches in my life is all I need. Is what I'm finding. 2 more inches. Take that however you want. All right. Who we got? We got anybody in here? Who's got a couple people on Kick, a couple people on Twitch. Give everybody a few more minutes to find their seats. Squum bum. Let's do a mic check and a mic check and a 1-2. Give everybody a few more minutes to find their seats. Perfect. Alrighty day. Start us off with a slurpy slurp. And a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. 'Tis I, the Caretographer. Today we shall be making maps. Today we'll be making the map of Isengard. And I'll bring you with me to my world. Check it out. So I had just finished sculpting the outside of this terrain, kind of just bringing up this star from the ground, and smoothing it out a little bit. And I just needed to put the finishing touches on this. So what I'm going to do is just kind of add some... I guess I don't even really need to add some shape. I'm just going to kind of color it down with some grass and stuff, prepare it for some forest trees, and then put some rather large forest growing around it, and leave like a small little opening and path with some floral stuff up going on in there. You see here, I have just finished completing these the staircase of Isengard, which is a 27-step black staircase. It looks the best from over there. Well, it's 27 stairs. I'm pretty proud of it. And, you know, sometimes you just get lucky. So when I did the first attempt, I just, like, slapped them down as best I could. And it came out to 14. And you twice multiply 14 by 2, and you get 28. So it was, like, pretty much all I had to do is just double the stairs. And it was 27. I was ecstatic. And the ground, everything was just perfect. So let's start coloring. So I talked to my client a little bit and wanted to see like how they wanted this map kind of proportioned out. And they said they want this map, the main tower map, to be separate from that of the map of Isengard, which is okay. I was a little excited to kind of blow this map up and build a very large map around it, which would have been mostly trees and stuff. And then, I mean, if you're playing on Owlbear or any similar VTT, you can just zoom in and, you know, like you can play on a 100 by 100 map and zoom in, and it'll be the same as playing on a 20 by 20 map as long as everything's scaled and, you know, use the same assets, right? So, like, you'd be zoomed way out and this would be really small, but if you zoomed way in, you know, you could come and play in here like it's scaled, like it's supposed to be scaled, you know? So yeah, we're just gonna come in on this. think the whole thing's gonna get this printer machine. So I want to do 2 different builds of this. I'm gonna do Isengard essentially green and Isengard red. Essentially is what I'm gonna call them in my head and in my save files. But Isengard green is when Isengard was good and had all the trees, and then Isengard red is when it's bad and it has all the orcs. So I gotta do a better job at matching up these palettes. And I think that does a good job at doing that. What do we got there? What is that? And if I'm lucky, I get some natural vegetation kind of up on the edge of it, and that really makes it does a good job making it look. Oh, we love that. That's got great texture to it. Okay. So you see how like I started off with like a totally different look, and like what I like to do in DA, and I think the program does a really good job at doing this, is texture and like layer my terrain choices. So not all of them, but once you get a feel for it, they start to work together, and you can just like experiment and play around always, you know. But like a lot of these textures you'll be able to see back through the other. So like you can see these little patterns, those are coming from the leaf. You can see the little green and discoloration that's coming from having the green on the dark green, the light green on the dark green. And you can really see it down here on the bottom floor here where it's like the leaves are literally stayed in there. All right, now we're gonna come with the dark, a bit smaller, a bit bigger. I was gonna try and ring the edge. Oh, undo that. And it's so good for texturing because like like uses the topography to its advantage. Like it'll on this edge it'll really fill in hard, and then on the slope it'll just kind of like fade and pitter patter. So you see you get this really good like almost like a camouflage pattern of this like darker tufts of grass eating into the hill. Okay. All right, let's do some trees and then call it floor one. Let's see. We need to look up some history quick. Isengard chronology. They said the year 2960. Here we go. At this time, the Wizard of Saruman the White suddenly reappeared from the east and offered to guard Isengard, the steward of Gondor. Beren gladly gave him the keys to Orthanc, and Saruman settled there. After him, the valley became known as Nan Crunir, Wizard's Vale. At first, the White Wizard was merely the warden of the tower on behalf of Gondor, but as his ambitions grew and fall began, he took the fortress for his own in 2953. Saruman fortified Isengard and secretly troubled Rohan by aiding its enemies during Thangol's reign. Having become Sauron's servant by Ta, Saruman began building an army to deliver the Rohirrim. Okay. So that would mean, if they want it 2960, that would mean... So it needs this map to look like it was burned down by orcs and industrial greed. Yeah, I don't know necessarily which direction they want me to go right yet. But I do know I can start playing around with my next map. So save, file, new map. Grasslands, room placement, water level. Hills. I'll do hills. Let's see if my client gets back to me at all. Let's see. Let's get myself a flat building area in the center here. Let's make this 4. Two, three, 4. Two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. Pretty dang close. So my question is yes, I can make this shape, right? But how do I make this, build this up so that it also looks good and, and also I have cheated the assets, Oh, yes, I could do this. I just do really big ones on the top of it. Okay, so I figured out the top. Yeah, that looks really good. So I don't know if that's in the center, so it's also supposed to, I believe it's supposed to be a wall of black stone. Which, if that is the case, like, the answer is no. I don't think I'm going to be doing a wall of black anything. Four. 1, 2, 3, almost 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. 3, 4, 5. Let's bring it down a little bit. About 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4 in a pinch. 4 in a pinch. 3, 4. Okay. Figure out where water is. I was trying to draw this circle. By first laying a foundation. I now know that the center of this is the middle, because I've measured it. Okay, and we're also going to draw so when we take this away, we will have a fairly perfect circle to build upon, because I'm not going to be using a circular wall. I just don't have the assets to be that big, that circular. So it's going to have to be a multi-sided like pentagon, like many more sides than a pentagon. I believe that is the center. Bada bing. Let's count just so we have the center. 29, 30. So it's actually this one. 30 by 30. It's these four. These four are the center. Yeah, so I kind of want the castle wall to be like cut into a hilly-ish background-ish. And that gives us just a little bit outside of the wall, and most of it inside the wall. Just so my eyes stop getting scaled the wrong way for this build, I'm gonna start getting rid of all this. Okay. And into our castle wall pieces. Let's get our cardinal pieces out. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Perfect. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, back one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. trying to just figure out which Isengard my client actually wants, because there's a few different ones. There's like the early Isengard before Saruman was there. There's the like heydays Isengard where Saruman was there and the forests are great and everybody loved everybody. And then there's like when he decides to join the evil forces and he starts tearing down his forests. Um, and he builds a giant dam on the river, which completely changes the entire topography of Isengard. And then that gets attacked, so the walls get crumbled into ruin, and then that dam gets ripped down, and that entire area, which the topography had changed over the course of 30, 50 years, now is being flooded. And there's a flooded version where almost the entire Isengard turns into a swimming pool, essentially, effectively, with a bunch of ruined structures on it. And then a few years after, the tree ants repopulate the area with forest, and it takes a new look of an old ruined fortification with the Tower of Orthanc, which is untouched. Nobody can touch that thing. It's impenetrable. I don't even know how they made it. Nobody knows how they made it, but I'm gonna take a little fiver here for myself, for my love. Do it for the love, everybody, and I'll fix my green screen while I'm at it. I'll be back. Okay, so I've gotten the go ahead from my client to do all three. We're doing green Isengard, red Isengard, and fallen Isengard. That's exciting. That's exciting. That's exciting. It's A, it's a lot of work. Um, but B, it's like I get to have all three. I get to have all three of these on my portfolio. Like, yo, what up? That's dope. So, um, let's see. Let's see where we're at on the time here. Yeah, let's try and get done. 1, 2. I'm at 9. Let's do another hour of schmap making. Then we'll call it a day. Like from the north, that looks mean. That looks so Tower of Orthnak right now. I love it. We just need to get it to look like that from the sides as much as we can too. Which this shape just might make that hard. Like I kind of want to I want to build this, get the tower done, so that way I can just be like I can look at it and it could be my inspiration. That looks pretty decent. I think I didn't have that. Let's try and build a side. There we go. Try and get a little triangle pocket in there. Gonna have to get one of this one as well, so might as well just give myself a head start. Oh, that's why. You make these a bit smaller so that those appear. And I want to be able to put them in the center of these. Because the center of these would be off of these. We'll have to play around with this centerpiece here. But that is already looking good from the top. I kind of like that. It's got this terracey look. And we're going to add these nice big firm. Where are they? These things. The corner caps. So let's keep going here. Something like that. Nice straight line down the center. Beautiful. And again, we're just going to place this kind of just because. Let's get rid of these. Because they're not helping my case right now. I'm just going to use that one anyways. Okay. And try to get these things as close as I can, so that way when I have the top view, we come back and we look at it, and all those little like layers and terraces all have the same vibe. Gorgeous. See if that works, possibly. Looks like it's a bit more centered. Oh, no! Ah! The whole thing's got to be moved. I started getting to this is what happens when you step away and you come back to a job. With it when you got the ADHDs. Ah, Sag. But this works. I know this is gonna work. This is gonna look awesome. This is gonna look so Tower of Orthanc. Because like the key things about the Tower of Orthanc is it's a black tower entirely made of blackness. So like if I could get rid of these tones and make this a lot darker and black, I probably would. But these are the only shapes that I have enough of shapes to play with to, make my shape. So we get a tower that has a bit more color and pizzazz to it. But those four prongs on the top are the second thing. So it's a giant black tower, and then second has these four prongs on the top. And I'm like, how am I gonna make these prongs? I don't know. But this works, and it looks mean from the top. But sadly, the whole thing needs to be moved. Okay. Well, I know what I want to do. One, two, three, four. So it's about 4 wide. Okay. Before I go too crazy. And try we get this one, get the center point in the middle of our screen so our orthographic is lined up properly, and then drop them onto the corner. I'm just gonna keep building and ignore in the center. Ignore that crisscrossity cross. I'm just gonna make an even tower, and then I can hide walls inside of walls. There's ways, there's tricks to everything. Old Caretographer's got all the tricks. Alright, so center the screen, put our corner right on the corner. So for this one, we merely just need to pull these back, is all we need to do. Like so. Hide them inside the wall. I have no idea how I'm gonna go about making my staircase for this, but we're just gonna have to do it. Center of screen, point on point. Oh, that's right. I might be up on top. These all need to be. They all need to be free walls. So what I've done is I just moved these like up and down and put them on what I call the free axis, or just like tick them off the grid, however you want to refer to it. Essentially, now they are floating in my space, in my area, and if I do things around them, it won't affect them because they have been told to just float. They're floaties. And beats brought to you today by Medieval Lo-Fi. Throwing it back to our old classics. There we are. I should think about. Let's think about water. Nice. Let's see. So, you might have to lower the wall a little bit. So this is also why this is important. I play around with the map and do this stuff now, because I want to have this map made so that when I do the third map and I fill it with water, I click once and the whole thing fills up with water because it's so low of where I built it. No, that's what the computer says to do. So this trial wall was a fun time and was necessary, but I think it's also necessary to I really don't want much water, but I think a little bit more than that would suffice. Yeah, I think at the water's floor is great. So what I need to do is I want to have it so that the path is out of the water. Essentially, I'm making a path from here to here. That is flat. Okay. This will be as low as things will be allowed to go. And isn't this cool? You're starting to see the change in perspective now. If you were watching the beginning of the stream, you saw the much larger, we're gonna walk in and through this tower map. And now we've taken that same exact pattern, that same exact shape, and we've essentially just thrown it back into DA and blown things up and changed the whole perspective of how this map's going to be seen. So everything we have here is the same tools, same size of everything. I'm gonna take my assets and make them a bit smaller, as I've done here with the walls. There we go. But that is essentially is like a miniature version of what I had before. I'm gonna get rid of the water, so just ignore the water. So essentially, the reason I have the water where I have the water is because I want that to be ground level. So essentially, I'm gonna have this come up and just fill in there. Perfect. And the rest of this, I want to be just below water level. So it's ground level. The ground level is, just below water level. So what happens is, I'll show you here in a second. So let me finish making this. What happens is you make everything look and feel as if that's the ground. And then you can come in here and you can take the water out, right? So now I can come and I can go, oh, grass, this is all grass. You know, so this just looks like it's just like part of the land, right? And then when I'm done building this entire map, and I got all the trees where I want them, or the roads placed where I want them, or maybe the work equipment, the cranes and stuff that I'll put in, um, or even say the crags in the map when I go and I put, you know, like a big chasm like this, when they cut into the earth and they start, you know, ripping into it and making, you know, so you put a big chasm in, and like you dress it up, you make it look cool and add some stuff to it. But, you know, then you say, okay, the treants ripped the dam out, and now this map's going to be flood map, and we can fill the whole thing with water like such. So that is the direction, that's the eye that we're going for here. So let's just keep shaping the land. This is most of the bulk work right now. Because not only do I need to make all this, you know, flat, but I also need to then come back and like rise some up, make some mounds and some hills, and give it some shape and make it look like it's a real place. Maybe some other paths that exist. All right. Spread the whole thing down. Okay. Get rid of all this paint. Nice, so I can see how even everything looks. Which it does. It does. And there's supposed to be a mountain over here on the north side where there is a waterfall, so we'll see what happens with that. There's my sample. Send that over to them. Okay. Just keeping the client happy and in touch. Let's see, I can show you what I've done. There's not that much progress. It's just like a lot of this takes a lot of time. You saw where we left, and now you can see where we are. And as I was saying with the water, now we get a giant pool of water that we can have maybe spill out in a certain area of the wall that we decide to bust out at some point. Probably this side of the wall. Because I say so. Because it just feels like it looks good over here. And just to signify that, we're just gonna say, oh, look at this water. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this water. Look what this water did. Oh yeah, look what this water did. This water is spilled out. I need to do some research because there's supposed to be a part of this wall that's breached by the river. And I don't know how that river breach works. And I think, honey, I think we need to actually watch The Lord of the Rings sooner than later so I can have some background information on how to do this map. Because they show it a couple times, but I'm just like, I don't know where this breach is supposed to be and like what type of breach is it? It's supposed to be like it goes underneath and there's like a grate and a thing, but I know there is a waterfall. Does that waterfall flow into the Ring of Isengard, or does that flow outside and then next to you? Like, where is this mountain? Is it like right up close? Is it like way back here? I don't know. These are the answers I need to have when you're making a map. You know, these are things that don't matter when you're a dungeon master. These are the things that you can just like omit and just be like, oh, whatever. We theater of the mind it. But like, I can't theater of the mind this. It don't work that way. Like, there needs to be a decision somewhere made. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Oh, that's right. You're not supposed to be able to see that. Try there. So all those walls are trash. Honey, what do you want to do for lunch? Oh, is it, you want to make me some? Is there extra sauce? Yeah, it was last. I want the red sauce. Alright, I'll eat that, whatever. Okay, well, we can switch and I can eat that. Oh, do you really want to eat that? No, I need to eat. Okay, Ravenous. Just make some extra noodles when you make some noodles. I'm already making that. Is it too late? Yes. You could just say it's too late, hun. I already started them. You're SOL. And I would have been like, ah, that sucks. But if you want, I can have the other thing. If you would like to switch, you can switch, but you're going to have to heat mine up. I don't care. Just figure out what you want to eat and let me know. I'll eat whatever you want to eat less. It's not the answer you wanted. Do you want the red sauce or no? Yes. Love ya. Look out, everybody. Just stay out of the way. She's coming for ya. Yeah, if we had the x-axis, man, whoo, I would be doing so many different builds, so much bigger stuff. Like if I could take all these and just tilt them back just a little bit, oh baby. Okay. Okay. I think I'll finish on this tower being completed. Okay. Okay, whatever. You're fine, hon. Don't worry about me. Okay, this is coming out good. Second, third row here is coming out good. Just do those intentionally short in the first round. Question is, do I really do another layer? Yeah, we do the other layer. We want it to look tall. Perfect. First try. Let's go. I gotta get back into ZBrush. I'm gonna start making some money so I can actually get a real job into computer design. Like, this will only forever just be a side hobby because, I mean, I feel like Larian Studios uses a program like, I feel like they're building programs like this. But, how do I get that job? How do I, you know, I have to have some type of experience or training in computer development, game development in some aspect. So I can do it myself, out of my own pocket and make some of my own games, create a portfolio. Maybe I can use that to maybe get my put my name in a hat. Oh man, it looks good. I like how I'm pulling the square, the 90-degree square shape out of this, because like it still is, like it still operates inside, 90 degrees. It's just like off the axis. It's just a little bit different of a shape, which I love the concept and the shape of this tower. See what we got here. Mm. Oh, and then I remember that this shape is off. It looks fine. It looks fine. But I remember that the hexagon is not even as it should be. Just a little off over there. But, I mean, we got the look and the shape that we want. No point in bothering with that. try to come and build this over the top. I feel like I have some extra space on these sides, so I'm just gonna try and shove it over a little bit. Which I think worked. I need a way to get this flat. Black marbles. Probably one of the benches. Here it comes up to the top. It's gonna be that easy to do. Let's put these in. Whew. No pokey edges allowed. Follow the pokey edges, and hopefully that gives us a nice straight top, very even top. Where Gandalf can be thrown from the ledge. I also should put some type of porch. Hmm. That's all. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I must say, DA does a really good job with the super small assets. Like, watch me be able to snipe these. Bada bang. Get ourselves a little custom spot for Mr. Saruman. Right? Just like his little like speaking porch. Then I'm not mono. Hmm. Perhaps I really like that. This is an accident, but I think I found something I really like. Guess it doesn't fit over here on the edges though. What if I was just like to use these as caps? No, they don't necessarily work. I know 4 of them are gonna look good. I just know it. But like, it's not what I was going for. And that's not to say that like that's a bad thing. It's just I don't know why I don't like this. Like I do, but I don't. Like I like it, but I hate that I like it. Mm, trying to get that to run all the way up the side. It's too much. It's too much. I'm gonna drop these pillars on this side. And just see how I like them in the macro scale of things. Because I haven't done it. I haven't done it like this yet. I haven't actually like built the tower up. I don't know what this is gonna look like. This is all uncharted territory for me, you know it. There's also a lot of assets. That's these wells. These wells need to be extended upon. I never extended them. When the first placement is strangely close, yeah. It's like doesn't. I don't know if it looks good. I don't know if it's sitting properly. I might come back and redo these. I'm just trying to finish my thought, Cat. I can't just like literally just drop the world for you every time you want to freaking go out. Come in. That looks much better. It's cleaner. It's the same tone. That's what we're going with. I think I can grab it. Beautiful file. Save. And most importantly, just it looks really, really good from the top. It looks okay from the side. That's okay. It looks amazing from the top, and that's what we need. That's what we're going for. That's what's important, so that the map stands as, you know, a regular map, two-dimensional map, as it needs to. All right, everybody, take it easy. We'll see you later. Peace, peace. I am done working for the day. We don't stream on the weekend, so we'll see you on Monday.